guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week's look is the next part in my horoscope series, and it is my take on the fiery ram Aries. This is both my dad and grandma's sign, and if you are an Aries, be sure to let me know in the comments. If you like this look, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to make sure you don't miss a single video from me in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you do decide to recreate any of my looks, be sure to tag me on social media because I love seeing your recreations. As always, all the products, my social media, and the music used will be listed in the description. Also, my Patreon will be listed in the description in case you want to more directly support me and unlock some exclusive content in the process. And with all of that said, let's get into the tutorial. As always, I am painting in a tube top. Return to the Capricorn prosthetic. The tutorial for how I made it will be linked in a card. I apply this little guy with Pro adhesive. And I use thickened Pro over the edges to blend them into my skin, and I smooth it out further with some 99% isopropyl alcohol. I prime my eyelids and map out my cut crease with black eyeshadow. I do this before foundation because I don't want to have to deal with any pesky fallout. Then I move on to the chest since I need to give the Pro plenty of time to dry, so I start by mapping out the Aries symbol. For the flames, I start with the yellow, and I just make little shapes varying the size and direction because I want it to look natural and have nice movement. I use a light orange body paint for the next layer of flames. I line some of the yellow areas, but also add in additional shapes with just the orange. For the last layer, I use red body paint, and these are the largest shapes, and they're separate from the yellow and orange shapes. I want some dimension in the flames, so I add a bit of shading. I use a dark red shadow to shade next to the areas where the orange overlaps the red, so the red will appear to be behind the orange. And I do the same thing for the areas where the yellow overlaps the orange, but I use an orange eyeshadow. I add a bit of white body paint to the center of all of the yellow areas to highlight them. So the flames appear to be on top of my skin and not part of it. I use a light brown eyeshadow to shade the underside of the flames. I use a gold lipstick to block out the Aries symbol, and I set it with a gold eyeshadow. Normally I would use gold body paint, but I am currently out. I use the same brown eyeshadow I used for the flames to shade the underside of the symbol so it will pop forward from my skin. I also use that brown to contour my collarbone so they're a bit more prominent. Now since the Pro is set, I can go back to the face. I powder the edges of the prosthetic so they're not sticky, then I apply a base coat of foundation. Then I use white concealer to highlight my face. And I blend it out with a damp sponge. I apply a warm-toned liquid highlighter to my cheeks, then I set my face with powder. I contour my cheeks, forehead, and jawline. I also use my contour shade to define the shapes on the prosthetic. I use black eyeshadow to connect the cut crease to my lower lash line, but I only bring it about halfway in. I apply a bronzy eyeshadow all over my lids and up until the cut crease. I highlight the inner part of my eye with a rose gold shadow, then I concentrate a shimmery white right in the inner corner to really make it pop. I sharpen the cut crease with a very thin line of gel liner, and I smudge it out a bit with a brush. I use a red shadow to start adding a lower inner corner, and I blend an orange shadow into that for a nice gradient. Then I line above that with white body paint, which gives the illusion of a more exaggerated inner corner. I use the rose gold shade from my eyes to further highlight my cheeks. I fill in my brows and add some defined hairs at the start of each brow. Then I pat gold glitter onto the Aries symbol. I define the shadow beneath the symbol with light brown body paint, then a tiny bit of a darker brown body paint. I popped on some lashes, then added a small detail to the outer corner of the cut crease with my orange body paint. Last, I popped on some horns, which I will have a tutorial for on Friday. Thank you so much for watching this week's makeup tutorial. If you'd like to see the picture and lip sync of this look, head on over to my Instagram and check them out. This week's shout out goes to Emily_1250 on Instagram. She drew a beautiful portrait inspired by my Aquarius look, and it honestly blew me away. Guys, I absolutely love seeing your fan art, so if you do decide to create any, please be sure to tag me on social media. I also wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who sent me kind messages and comments over the last week since I've been feeling a little bit down about myself and my channel. Your kind words honestly mean so much more to me than you could ever know, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you would like to be next week's shout out, all you have to do is be active on my social media. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Friday. Bye, guys. Congratulations, you have made it to my end screen. Click that top link to check out my horoscope makeup playlist, or click that bottom link to check out a video that YouTube's robots think you'll like. Click that little square to check out my Patreon, and if you want to make sure you don't miss a single video from me in the future, click that little circle with my face in it to subscribe.